Crow.
I heard about the
And we are back with another one. Let's let that song rock for a little bit. You know, I love my intro music. Gotta let that rock for I let that rock for a little bit, all right? All right. Let's see. Okay. My fault. Forgot to make the vertical scene as well as the regular scene. So let me just give me a second. Let me just my fault. This is hella unprofessional. I get that. I'm trying to fix the vertical scene. Give me a second. Oh D. Anywho, let's see. All right, so let me get me in here. All right. Got me in here. Add browser. Shrink you. Okay. My fault. My fault. We got it. Anywho, good evening, everybody. We are back with another one. Let's see. Link scenes too. Web browser. All right. So, got a couple of things that I did want to talk about to start the stream. Had a decent day at work today. Pretty chill. Nothing too crazy. I mean, we here having in a really good mood today. Really good mood today. It was a real chill day. I was going through some stories today. Um, First thing I wanted to talk about was the run. Y'all know how excited I am for the run. They brought out their actual. This is the full playable roster in the run at launch. So let's take a look. All right, so let's run it back. We got Barbito Garcia. All the millennials know exactly who this is. This is the person that was basically commentating on the MC for NBA Street Volume 2. So like all of us, we all know who Barbito Garcia is. As far as his stats look doo-doo. But I mean, you got threes, you got ball handles, you got aura. I want them to tell me, what the hell does aura mean? And how does it affect you on the court? Like, does aura mean like you can't really be intimidated or something like that on defense? Like, it's a funny stat to be there, but it gotta mean something. All right, let's go. So we got Barbito, we got Bam. Not gonna lie, Bam stats look pretty legit. We got maximum on twos. He got pretty good threes. 4 bars for threes is pretty good. Dunks, damn. My man got max dunks, handles, passes. Oh, defense all the way up. Steals, blocks. I guess I feel his blocks could have been a little bit higher. Could have been a little bit higher. It could have been a little bit higher than what we've seen. Rebounds, okay. Pretty good speed, maximum power, maximum stamina. Damn. Bam ain't got no aura. They said Bam ain't got no aura. Let's move on. Oh, we got Giannis. What Giannis looking like? Let's see. Giannis stats are elite outside of threes. Like, he has no weakness. Basically, his weakness is that 3-pointers he can make sometimes, because I know I was seeing people make threes with him. But maximum twos, maximum dunks, maximum. Whoa. Come on now. What the hell are we doing with this? What are we doing with this? Maximum handles? Come on, bro. We bugging. Y'all know y'all bugging. I know y'all bugging. Y'all bugging the fuck out with this. Maximum handles. You wildin'. Maximum passes. The thing is, Giannis is a very good passer for the type of player he is. He actually is a really decent passer. But max pass, you bugging out with that as well. That should probably be like a 3, maybe 4 max. But handles should be 2. Handles should definitely be 2. Passes, okay, I can see passes, but again, it should be 4 at the max. Definitely not no 5. On-ball defense, guard, okay, you could give a max. It could be a little bit lower. Steals, definitely way too high. Steals is way too high. That should be like 2 to 3 stars. Blocks, 4, okay. Rebounds, max, I give you that. Max speed, I actually agree with. Giannis is ridiculously fast. Completely agree with that. Power, stamina, aura, okay. Okay, not too crazy. I'm cool with the rest of that. Actually, you know, so I don't have to keep doing this. Cool. Let's zoom in. All right. What's next? All right, we got Melo. LaMelo. Max aura. Melo got max aura. I'm not gonna lie, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. Okay. Max aura. But any start from the top. We got maximum twos, elite threes, 4 stars, not max. Dunks, okay. Max handles, max passes, completely agree with that. 3 bars for all defense. So defensively, he's just okay. Now, if this was his stats the whole time and that's like they didn't tune anything, it was perfectly fine. I was cooking crazy with LaMelo. So I'm straight with that. Speed, 4 bars, okay. Power, I agree. Stamina, okay. Aura, max aura. I agree with that. But I want to see the bottom says, so his zone ability is dropping dimes. Increases the pass rating and speed. Receiving player gets a boost to their shot rating. Oh, they got different zones? I didn't even notice. Oh, and I missed Jalen Brunson too. Oh, no, because they started with Jalen Brunson. Amped up. Oh, snap. Increased physical ratings. Okay. My fault. I did not know that. Oh, I'm way too far. Wait, yeah. Oh, I did not even know the zone abilities. Let me start talking about. So dropping dimes, cool. You know what's so crazy? When I played the demo, I noticed that it was different names at the bottom when you was going in the zone, but they didn't really explain like what the differences was, what they meant, and now we getting a little bit of understanding on what that means. All right, we got Paulo Banchero. Okay. Let's see. He is max twos. Okay, I agree. Good threes, good dunks, good handles, good passes. Great overall offensive skills. Defense, on-ball defense, 3. Steals a 2? Y'all gave Giannis 5, bro. Like, come on. Blocks is 3. Rebounds 4. I believe he actually is a pretty decent rebounder. I agree with that. Speed 4, power 4, stamina max, aura 3. He gets amped up. Okay, cool. Nothing crazy there. Scotty Barnes. Ooh. Yo, Scotty Barnes is kind of elite. Max twos, max threes, max dunks, good handles, good passing, good defense, okay steals, max blocks, good rebounds, good speed, good power, max stamina, good. I still don't know what aura means. We got to get explanation on aura, bro. Cool. Yo, Scotty Barnes, I'm not going to lie. His player card is elite. That looks like, from what I see, even with that speed, he's probably a really good 2. Really good 2. Because, like, you can still drop crazy buckets and still play decent defense. Like, Scotty Barnes is elite. His zone ability is paint patrol. Increased block rating. Increased chance to posterize. And posterize knockdown times 1.5. I think they messed up they did a typo there. Because it basically says knockdown time. Oh, no. They mean how long that person's on the ground when they get posterized. Okay, that's longer. Okay. Got it. I think that's what that means. Devin Booker. I'm not liking this. That's kind of trash. Anywho, let's go through it. So, max twos, absolutely agree. Max threes, don't know if I agree with that. Probably lean more 4. Dunks, yeah, he don't really dunk crazy. Handles, definitely agree with that. Passes, I would say 3, not 4. He's not bad, but I would say 3. Defense, as far as guard defense, okay, 4. That's a little bit high. Low, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 2 rebounds. Then defense not really looking good for your boy Dev. I ain't gonna lie. Speed, decent. Power, 3. Max stamina. Now the aura, I will say this. Now, I agree the aura is not there. But a couple of years ago, Bubble Devin, That's Max aura. Devin Booker was wilding. But right now, yeah, it's kind of calmed down. Anywho, deep threat. Reduce distance and guard penalty when shooting. Okay. That means you can just wild the hell out. Got it. But just on a quick tangent right there, I thought this was going to be hella dominant when people are in the zone. It's not. It's a buff, and it can be utilized, and you can make it dominant, but outright it's not dominant just to be in the zone. It's not like a I think that in the zone is better than NBA Street 2s. NBA Street 1, I think that was a good in the zone or game breaker, because if you shot with the game breaker, it was still blockable. The dunks was okay, but the shot was definitely blockable. NBA Street Volume 2, Game Breaker 2 was ass. The fact that you couldn't stop it no matter what. Like, once they had Game Breaker 2, you just go to the court, activate the Game Breaker, it goes into a pre-made animation. There was nothing you could do. Like, there was no counter to it. When it's in the zone in this game, it's not. It can be dominant if you know how to use it, but outright it's not really dominant because you can still play defense. You can still steal a ball from them. I actually have a clip where this. I was playing a solo, and one guy was playing with Steph. He was playing with Steph, and he went in the zone. So he was he just kept trying to shoot past half. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna defend you all the way out here, bro. Like, I don't care. And every time he shot, I snatched it out of the air every single time. It was like 3 straight times, bro. I'm like, you're bugging. Stop doing that. Like, stop doing that, bro. You're bugging. It's not happening. Anywho, moving on. Okay. Jaylen Brown. See, now, from knowing how Jaylen Brown is in real life, I thought Jaylen Brown would have much better stats than this overall. So his offensive stats are actually pretty good. Like, I agree, max 2s. I agree with those 3s. He can get crazy streaky from 3, so I agree with that. Max dunks, absolutely. Come on, bro. Max handles, what are we talking about, bro? We just went through this with Jaylen Brown like a season or 2 ago. He can't dribble with his offhand. How is that max forehand? Like, we're bugging here. Chill. Definitely not max. Probably closer to 3. Passes, okay. Guard, that you could have maxed. For Jaylen Brown, you could have maxed guard. That should have been 5. Steals 3, blocks, that could have went up to 4. And rebounding, I agree with the 3. Speed, power, stamina, aura, okay. Whatever. His zone ability going off. Increase offensive ratings. Now, overall offensive ratings, going off sounds elite as a zone ability. I wonder, how would people feel if you could choose it? No. As quick as I thought about it was as quick as I was like, nah, chill. The only reason I said that is because when you give people the ability to choose, then it's kind of the way that meta is made. Like, that's the way meta is created. So, like, everyone finds the best, and then they post a video saying, yo, this is the best, da-da-da-da. And then everyone rotates to that. So I think with this, it can still happen as far as the players. But right now, different players seem like they're really good. So far, a player that I can definitely see me using secondary, because my primary was LaMelo in the demo. I was wilding with LaMelo. But the reason I moved away from LaMelo is because LaMelo doesn't have much defense. And in that demo, people wasn't really playing good defense. I was locking up. But other people, I'm sitting here having to defend for my teammates because they wasn't really playing defense. So Jaylen, I actually think he could do his thing on he should be able to do things on both ends. I just think his defense should have been a little bit stronger. But I think right now I don't see a meta being created too quickly. because I think it is a pretty decent balance. Right now, Shea is elite. Shea is elite in the game based on the demo. And I'm like, he deserves to be. He is technically the best player in the NBA. So I'm like, I get that. So we'll see how it works out. But I'm like, I kind of, now that after I said it, I'm like, no. We shouldn't be choosing. We should be just leave it the way it is. Let it be locked to the players that they have. Who's next? We got Jalen Brunson. Okay. Let's see. Jalen Brunson. Max 2s, absolutely agree with. Max 3s, absolutely agree with. Dunks, yep, he should have no dunks. Max handles, I completely agree with Jalen Brunson. Max pass, agree. Defense, agree. All the rest of that I actually agree with. So far, his offense and defense, I 100% agree with. Speed, power, stamina, aura, I agree. He has ankle breaker. What was ankle breaker? Increased handles rating. Base tricks can break defenders' ankles. Okay, cool. So basically, so what that means is when to really break ankles in the game as it is right now, you got to do the ankle breaker, basically modification to your move to kind of break an ankle. But it looks like when he's in the zone, you don't have to add that modifier. You can just do whatever your regular moves is, which comes out a little bit faster, and you can still break ankles. So, okay, cool with that. I'm cool with that. Who we got? Who's next? Cade. Okay, so he has going off. So far, max 2s, decent 3s, okay dunks. Handles, I agree with. Passes, yeah, I agree with actually. Defensively, yeah, not too crazy, not ass. I'm cool with that. I agree with his stats. Not too crazy. Let's look at so this is old man Steph. Old Steph. Max 2s, max 3s. Like the crown is like beyond max. So basically, in 2K terms, that would be legend. So instead of max would be Hall of Fame, he has legend 3-ball, right? So he has the crown for 3s, which is fully deserved. Dunks pretty low, which it should be. Max handles, max passing, absolutely. Defense, they kind of blessed him. He shouldn't be 3 because I'm like, if he's 3, because who else was 3? Because I'm like, Jalen Brunson was 3. Okay, because I was comparing it to Jaylen Brown. I'm like, because if Jaylen Brown got 3 and Steph got 3, y'all bugging the hell out. So okay, 3 steals. I actually do agree with his steals could be 3 or 4. Blocks, rebound is no. Speed, his speed could have been maxed. Power, stamina, of course, aura. That's a fact. And he has deep threat, of course. Young Steph. This, I don't agree with this. I agree with the way they shifted the stats, though. I agree with that. Okay, 2s. His 3s, young Steph, wasn't mature Steph as far as 3s. That's a fact. So I'm like, I agree what's up there, but it wasn't godlike. That was as Steph got older. So then it became godlike Steph from 3. His handles was elite. Okay, I guess. I don't know if they should have switched the crown. They could have just left it at max, but okay, whatever. Passes, okay. Exactly. The defense, I'm like, okay, I agree with the 2 for defense. That should have been the way it is anyway. 2 for defense, 3 for steals. Perfect. That is the way it should have been even for old Steph. Speed, max, okay. Stamina, I mean, you could have just maxed the stamina. I don't see why not. Aura, that had to be, that I disagree with. That should be switched. 09 Steph, come on, bro. No, if we're judging aura, Steph got his aura with the MVP. That's where the aura came. Like, that is when Steph became like, yo, the whole NBA now has to change because of this person. Like, that is when his aura became that point, not in 09. Y'all bugging. Like, he was still mad young. I definitely disagree. I completely disagree with the aura one. Because I'm like, if we're going to max aura, you got to max the older Steph aura. Because that was when it became like, nah, like, this person is elite and the entire NBA now has to change because of this one man. Like, yeah, y'all bugging on that one. Anthony Davis. Okay. His twos could have been maxed. I don't know why you wouldn't max his twos. Because from mid range and in the paint, his Anthony Davis's two should have been maxed. Threes, that's too high. That is too high. That's way too high. Because he doesn't shoot threes any better than Giannis shoots threes nowadays. So, yeah, no. He should be 3, 2, 3, maybe. Dunks, okay. Handles, yeah, exactly. So his handles is 3, right? So let's see. But Giannis has 5. Bro, that makes no sense. He dribbles better than Giannis. Anthony Davis dribbles way better than Giannis. Why? Because Anthony Davis had a crazy growth spurt in high school. He actually was a point guard. He knows how to dribble. He was actually raised as a point guard and then had a crazy growth spurt in high school to become the person that we know today. But he was actually trained as a point guard. His ball handling should be way higher than Giannis. We straight bugging on that. Straight bugging. Anywho. Because I'm like, you can't have Giannis max and him at 3. That makes absolutely no sense. Y'all are bugging the fuck out. Passes, okay. Guard, absolutely. Steals, yes. Blocks, max. Rebounds, absolutely. Speed, okay. Power, yes. Stamina, aura, yeah. I agree. I actually agree with that. Paint Patrol, we already went through that before. He got Paint Patrol as his zone ability. Now, the man Luka. I was playing with Luka in the beta. Luka is, I can see him being either my secondary or tertiary player, but it's a mix between him and Scotty Barnes because Luka is elite. However, that block was ass because with that block, I got knocked out of the air so much. Like, oh, I hated it. Like, you constantly I constantly got knocked out of the air playing with Luka. But offensively, he's elite. Max 2s, 3s. You could have leaned max on him. You could have leaned max on him. You could have leaned max on him if you could have went to the max for Luka for 3s. Dunks. Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you could have honestly went 2. To be honest, you could have just went 2. Like, no lie, you could have went 2 for the dunks. Let's see. Handles, max handles. Yeah, absolutely. It's slow, but it definitely is max. Like, it's slow, but it's definitely max. So I completely agree with that. Passes. Ooh, he got legend passes. Agree. Now, the real question is, because I know Halliburton is in this game. You can't give Luka legend dimes and not have Halliburton as the same. So we'll see what Halliburton has. But guard, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. 4, bugging the fuck out. Bugging the fuck out. Man, Luka should have like a 1, possible 2. Possible 2. But I'm closer to leaning a 1 on guard. His steals is up there. That is a fact. He gets steals. He's kind of like how James Harden was. James Harden was a terrible on-ball defender, but when it came to steals, because he has good strength and he has really good awareness and quickness with his hands, Harden used to always get crazy steals even though he wasn't playing really, really good defense. but he knew how to hit the ball out of people's hands, especially when they was going for layups and dunks. Steals, I agree with. Blocks, no. Rebounds, absolutely agree with. Luka always grabs boards. Speed, come on, bro. I understand y'all trying to give elite players like dope stats. I get that. But max speed for Luka is absolutely ridiculous. Y'all bugging the fuck out. Bugging the fuck out. Power, actually agree with that. Definitely power. Stamina, that could be 3. Aura, Luka's aura is max. You're bugging. Luka is max aura. He should be max aura. Honestly, it should be legend aura. Luka has the aura, bro. That's a fact. Like the way that y'all are judging it, he should be max. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't see young Luka. Okay. Okay. If we're saying Laker Luka and Dallas Luka, I agree. I was wrong. Because Dallas Luka, yes, that is the legend aura. Got it. The man that got him to the finals, the man that was knocking out teams that he shouldn't have been beating in the playoffs with minimal help. Yeah, I agree. Completely agree. I was wrong. NBA run, you got it. Y'all was right. I was wrong. Luka, 18 Luka. Max 2s, max 3s. Dunks, you could have kind of went 2, maybe 3. Okay. Max handles, absolutely. Legend handles. Okay. Max passes, agree. The defense, bro. The defense, y'all bugging. Y'all bugging on defense. Luke Young, his stats look amazing. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm definitely getting a premium version of this game. I have to support. Like I have because they're doing exactly what we asked to be done in games. They're doing something different. They're doing something fun. Like this is what we asked for. We've been asking for EA Big to come back and those types of games that was made to just be fun, not made for tournaments and stuff like that. Just made to be fun. I gotta support. So I was already gonna buy whatever their premium version was. That's a fact. So I'm definitely playing with 18 Luka. Miss me with old Luka. Laker Luka, miss me with that one. But 18 Dallas Luka, using them. So like max passes the defense, you gotta go down to 2. 1, 2 max. Steals, I still agree for. Blocks, rebounds, okay. Max speed, again, still no. Luka's not a fast person. He's not a fast person. He's not a fast player. He plays in pace. Speed is absolutely incorrect. That should be 2 to 3. He's not fast. He is shifty, but he's not outright speed. You're bugging. Power, absolutely agree with. Stamina, max aura. I was wrong. Y'all was right on that. That Luka, definitely max aura. KD. Let's see. All right. Max 2s. Legend 2s. Agree. There isn't a player in the NBA that shoots 2s and that consistently shoots 2s better than Kevin Durant. And it's to what I've seen, the only person that was at his level as far as consistency in the mid-range would be Devin Booker and younger Chris Paul, right? But legend 2s, agree with. Obviously, we got to put max 3s on KD. Dunks should be up there, absolutely. Handles, you could pull that back now. Like handles should be maybe 4 max. Passes, 3. You can go 3 on passes. I don't agree with 4. Absolutely not. That should be probably like 3. 3 max. Guard, okay, I'll give you 4. Steals, yeah. Steals got to go all the way down. Blocks, absolutely. KD gets blocks, but he doesn't get rebounds. So I completely agree with this. Completely agree. So, speed, okay. Power, okay. Max stamina, whatever. Aura. Let me see if they got a young KD. Which they do. which they do. But if we're changing the stats and saying max aura, they went too far back. They went too far back. Because if you're saying legend aura KD, that would be OKC. That would be OKC Kevin Durant. And older OKC Kevin Durant. Not young enough to, not 07. Not 07. It would have been the Kevin Durant when they went to the finals, like, and lost. Like, you can put that as max aura, but not 07 one. It's a little too young. No. It should be a little bit older, and it should have the OKC jersey. But, okay. Legend 2. So it's basically the same thing, but Legend 2's max stamina, Legend aura. I don't agree with Legend aura unless it's OKC KD. Not young enough to the point that Seattle just became OKC. No. Absolutely not. Anthony Edwards. This is the player I seen used the most besides Wemby. Besides Wemby, Anthony Edwards was the most picked player that I seen when I was playing. So Anthony Edwards, and I see why. Max 2s, max 3s, legend dunk. So basically he has legend posterizers. Cool. Agree. I don't agree max 3s. Nah, because he get crazy streaky. He get dumb hot from 3. Okay. All right. Max handles, agree. Passes, okay. Guard max, absolutely agree. Steals, okay. Blocks, rebounds, all right. Max speed, absolutely. Power, okay. Max stamina. Anthony Edwards, he has to have legend aura. I'm sorry. Ant-Man. That is what that defines aura. If your nickname is how people know you in the NBA, that is the aura. Ant-Man is legend aura. Max aura, no, that should be a crown next to aura for Ant-Man. You bugging. And his zone ability is posterizer. Oh, snap, I forgot to see what was KD's? Going off? Okay, whatever. But yeah. He got to have the crown on his. He got to have the crown for his aura, not going to lie. All right. Joel Embiid. Max 2s. Absolutely. 3s, I agree. Dunks, I agree. Handles, disagree. You can't have Anthony Edwards, as Anthony Davis as 3 and then have Embiid as 4. That does not make sense. So I disagree with that. His handles, honestly, and Anthony Davis handles should be switched. Anthony Davis should be 4 or 5 for big man, and then Joel Embiid should be 3. Passes, okay, he's a pretty good passer. Guard 3, yeah, just middle of the pack. Blocks, you got to put that up a little bit. He got to get 4. He got to get 4 bars to that. Rebounds, you could have put max rebounds for Joel Embiid. That's a fact. And the rest of the stats, yeah, I agree. He lost a lot of aura. From him constantly getting injured. Cooper Flag. This is another player that I did see choose pretty frequently. And I didn't know why, but I see why looking at his stats right now. And yeah. It's like, yo, and that's the thing I love about this game. I'm going through the different players. I'm like, I could see me using this player. Then I see another, I could see me using that player. I can't wait. I just can't wait. Back to what we're talking about. Cooper Flag, max 2s. Okay, agree. 3s, 4 bar, dunks 4, handles 4, passes 4. Agree. Max perimeter defense. Okay. Yeah, you're right. When you're right. Steals, that you could have put 4. But cool with 3. Blocks 4, agree. Rebounds 3. Speed, power, stamina, aura. I agree with Cooper Flag's aura, mainly because he got crazy buzz before he got to the NBA. So like I agree with his aura being up there, but I did if he's at 5, you can't have him in the same aura as Ant-Man, bro. You wildin'. You wildin'. He can't be the same. He cannot be the same as Ant-Man. You bugging. Anywho, he has lockdown for his own ability. Increased defensive ratings. Cool. Josh Giddey, I don't even know why he's in this game. I don't know why Josh Giddey's in this game. And the only reason that I say this is because of all the players to pick, why from especially if we're trying to pick like players to represent different teams, why Josh Giddey, bro? Like I genuinely have no idea why he's in the game. This is a player I can see never being touched. Ever being touched. This is not a player that I see people like rooting for individually and being a fan of. I don't understand why he's in this game. Mainly because Josh Giddey's in this game, and I don't think Clay is. I'll keep going, but I don't remember seeing Clay. So I'm like having Josh Giddey and not having Clay, or having Josh Giddey and not having. I don't think Jimmy Butler's in here. So it's like I'm gonna go through, but I'm like I don't think Clay and I don't think Jimmy's in this game. So it's like, and you got Josh Giddey, that doesn't make any sense. And to be quite honest, I don't really care to go over his stats because this is a play I'm never going to touch, but I'll look at it anyway. 2s is middle, 3s good, dunks middle, handles max, passes max, okay. Guard decent, blocks decent, high, good rebounding, good speed, and max stamina, and he has dropping dimes. Okay, that's a play I can easily see never being touched, ever. I didn't see him pick. Well, I don't even know if he's in the demo. I don't think he was in the demo, but even still, I don't see nobody using Josh Giddey at all. Shai, let's see. We got Shai. This is now Shai. I would say as far as the characters I've seen used the most frequently, Wemby is number 1 as far as the beta that I played. Wemby was number 1. I would say Ant-Man was 2, and then Shai was 3. Those are the players that I've seen used the most in that beta. And then right after them was like LaMelo and then Braun. But those 3 was on one of those 3 was on every team, and sometimes most of the time it was 2 of them. They were on every team. So let's go through and I see why. Max 2s, good 3s, good dunks, max handles. Yeah, I agree. Max, well, not max handles, legend handles. So basically, legend ankle breaker. Okay, I actually agree with that for Shai. Max passes, agree. His defense, you got to put up all the way up. Guard, steals, blocks, absolutely. And his steals, I was robbing people in the demo when I played with him. I was so dominant playing with him. I'm tight. I didn't have the footage, but I was so dominant playing with him. I put it down. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm good. Let me choose something else. Like he was so dominant. Especially if you know how to play defense, Shai is elite. Steals, yes. Blocks. I don't agree with 4 bars for blocks. It should be 3, not 4. Rebounds, I agree. Speed, power, stamina, aura. Okay, and he has amped up. Young Shai. This is probably this is the worst one. As far as what they gave him legend aura for 18 Shai, clip with the Clippers jersey Shai? Absolutely not. If you're gonna give him a crown for aura, you might as well say it now. Like This is the championship. Like, this is the champion and MVP. Like, wouldn't he have the aura now? Like, not then. Whatever. The stats are pretty similar. He just doesn't have all the steals. And then instead of, he doesn't have legend handles, he has max handles. And then they gave him max speed, but then legend stamina and legend aura. I don't agree with the legend aura. It's the same thing I said about with Steph. The aura came as they got older. If you're saying that it's the legend or max aura, their legend aura came as they got older. So it would be the Shea that we know today and the Steph that we knew today, or if you want to go a little bit further back, the Steph that was the unanimous MVP. Like, that is the legend aura Steph, not that young Steph, and definitely not this young Shea. That's incorrect. And same thing I did with KD. See, I disagree. Off the back, I disagree, and it's exactly what I said before. You can't have Luka with legend dimer, and the man that's known for dimes now, Tyrese Halliburton, is not legend. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense, bro. I'm sorry. Absolutely disagree with that. And I said that before when I was looking at Luke. I'm like, I'm cool with if you saying he has legend dimer. Only if Tyrese Halliburton also has legend dimer. So the fact that he doesn't is garbage. I won't say garbage, it's a little harsh. I love y'all. No. I just disagree. It's Max, but he should have the crown for passes. I'm sorry. Twos, Max, agree. Threes, Max, agree. Dunks, you could have went kind of 2 right there. Handles, agree. Passes, that's I say. Only reason I disagree, he should have legend passing. He should have legend passing. Guard, yes, I agree with that. Steals, agree with. Blocks, you could have went 2. Rebounding 2. Speed, power, max stamina, okay, aura, dropping doms, that's his own ability. Okay. James Harden. There's something that stands out here. The same thing that stood out with Luka that is utterly incorrect. James Harden should not have 4 bars for defense. We are bugging here. Like, I didn't even go through the rest of it yet. I just seen 4 for that. For defense, you're bugging. It should be 1. That, especially Cleveland, it should be 1. Y'all are bugging. Twos, max, okay. Threes, you could have maxed James Harden's threes. You could have maxed his threes out. Dunks, 3, I agree with. Max handles, max passes. Absolutely agree. Actually, James, the Harden that we know now, it could be it could be max or legend for passing because his passing is elite. Guard, absolutely not for defense. That should be a 1. Just like Luka, it should be a 1. Steals, you got the steal should be up. Steal should be 3. Guard should be 1. Blocks, 2. Rebounds, 2. Speed, come on, bro. Speed should be like 2. 2 bars, bro. Power, absolutely agree with power. Stamina, come on, bro. It should be a 3, 4 max. Aura, max, I agree with. Ankle breaker, increase handle rating, right. Braun. I disagree with this slightly. Braun is my man. $100,000. It's my man. But I disagree with this. I'll tell you when. Twos, absolutely. Threes should go down to 3. I disagree with 4 bars for threes based on the players that also have 4 bars and before him. Don't agree with 4 bars for it, but agree with 3. Dunks, max, obviously. Handles. That's my man. Handles should not be maxed. That's my boy. But handles should not be maxed. Absolutely not. Passes, absolutely. Passes should be legend. That should be legend. Braun's passing should be legend for his whole career. That is it should be legend dimer. Guard, you can go 3. This Braun at his age now, you can go 3, possible 2, 2, 3. Steals, okay. Blocks, 4. You could have went max on that. But I agree with the 4. Rebounds got to be 4 or 5. You got to have 4 or 5 for rebounds for Braun. Braun snags boards all the time. It should be 4. It should be 4. Speed, absolutely still. Power, absolutely. Actually, you could have gave him a crown for power, honestly. Stamina, agree with. Aura. Come on, bro. Now, I already know there's a young Braun. So I know why they didn't give him the crown here, because I'm pretty sure you're going to give it to young Braun. I didn't see it yet, but I'm pretty sure you did. But Braun is crown aura for his entire career. Entirety. Like, you're bugging. Going off, okay, increase offensive ratings, cool. And this should be young Braun. See, I'm already knowing. I'm seeing how y'all think. I already see how y'all think, and I don't even know you. But I know how y'all think. 2s, okay. Now, this is what I'm saying. You can't have 03 Braun with 4 bars for 3s and then have the Braun that we know today with also 4 bars for 3s. That is incorrect. They definitely was not the same, not even close. So if you're saying Braun is a 4-star, 4-bar, 4-star 3-point shooter now, this Braun that we looking at here is a 1. 1, maybe 2. Because this is the Braun, right? This is the Braun that the Spurs beat by just letting him shoot. By saying, yo, we're going to give you all the space to shoot, right? So, shouldn't be 4. Braun is my man. That's a fact. OD. But 4 bars, completely disagree. It should be 2. Mac, legend posterizer? Absolutely. Absolutely. Handles? Young Braun could dribble a little better than he dribbles now. A little better. So, okay. Passes. Yo, Braun's passes has always been elite. Always. His whole career. So, passes have to be max. That's a fact. At any point in his career, you can go to any level. Any jersey you want to put on him. Anywho, yes. Now, the defense. Braun played better defense then than he does now. So how does he have a higher defensive rating now than younger? No, those should be flipped. Like, let me just confirm real quick. Exactly, I thought so. Exactly. Those should be flipped. Flipped. Steals 3, agree. Blocks is 5. Young, well, this Braun, yeah, I guess 3, 4, this Braun. Now, Miami Braun, the chase down master Braun, that's legend. That's legend blocks. Elite chase down. Anywho, rebounding 3, that could be 3, 4. Max speed, power still should have been max. Stamina, that should be maxed. Now, aura. This time, I slightly agree. And hear me out. The reason why I say he has legend aura as young Braun, because that is the man that they already deemed king before he even was in the league. So young Braun, I get you. This is the young Braun that was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I completely agree. Completely. That is Legend Aura. And then Zone Abilities Posterizer. Agree. Jokic. All right. Let's see. Max 2s, absolutely. Max 3s, absolutely. Dunks? No. Should be 3. Handles. Jokic is actually a pretty good ball handler. Pause. 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 Anywho. I'm bugging. Anywho. Hey, yo, I need to tighten up. Hold on. So, he has really good handles because he does dribble full court. Like, and he actually does bring the ball up at times. So I was like, all right. Passes is max. Agree. Absolutely agree. Actually, you could have gave his passes legend. But it looks like their regular versions, it looks like they don't have no more than 1 crown. Their younger versions seem to be able to have 2, but it looks like their regular version, they only seem to have 1. Anywho, so rebounding's okay. Guard? Come on, bro. That's absolutely incorrect. That is a 2. A 2. Like, Jokic don't guard anybody, bro. That is a 2. Steals? 2. Blocks? Now that could be a 4. And then rebounds? Okay. Speed? Yes, I agree. Power? Agree. Stamina? Aura could have been a 2. And his own ability is glass cleaner. Kawhi. At first glance, I 100% agree with his stats. At first glance, I 100% agree. 2s, yes. 3s, yes. Dunks, also yes. Handles, no. I disagree with that one. That was my fault. I disagree on the handles. That should be 4. 3, possible 3, but it should be between 3 or 4, but definitely not 5. Passes, absolutely not a 4. Absolutely not a 4. I was incorrect. I did not peep that. Passes, no, that should be more of a 2 to 3. Guard, max. Actually, you could have gave his guard legend. Y'all could have gave him the crown for that. His guard should have been crowned. Steals, max, absolutely. Blocks, rebounds, okay. Speed, okay. Power, stamina, aura. Aura should be a 1. And that is the way he likes it. Like, his aura should be a 1. He does not want aura. He doesn't care to have it. Like, aura should be a 1. And he has going off. Honestly, it shouldn't be going off. His zone ability should be the lockdown. Dame. At first glance, I disagree. Somewhat. Well, let's go through. 2s, I agree. 3s being the crown, also agree. Dunks, okay. Handles, agree. Passing, also agree. Defense, all of his defensive stats I actually agree with. True. Speed, yes. Power, yes. Stamina, yes. Aura. That I disagree with. Again, players that are known by nicknames gotta have max aura at the minimum if they're not gonna be crowned. You already know what that is. You don't even have to see it. You already know who I'm talking about. I don't have to say a word. Just... Come on, that's max aura, bro. That's max aura. Dame Time is max aura. If you're not giving him the crown, that's fine. But Tyrese Maxey got max? Come on, bro. That is bugged the hell out. Tyrese Maxey got max, but Dame Time is not max. That makes no sense. Twos, max. Twos I agree with. Threes I agree with. Dunks I agree. Handles, yes. Passes also, yes. I could lean 4, but I can see it being a 5. Guard 3, okay. Steals and blocks, no. No. Steals, yes. Blocks, no. I would say 3. Rebounding 2, yes. Speed, yes. Power, yes. Stamina, aura, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Let's go by the nickname rule. What is Tyrese Maxey's nickname? I've never heard it. Never heard it. I don't think there is one. You can't be Max Aura with no nickname, bro. You can't be. Well, that's not true because Luka is just Luka. So let's say it got to be one word. It got to be one word or a nickname. Luka is just Luka. There's no nickname for him. It's just Luka because they already know who you're talking about is Luka. Tyrese, you ain't the famous Tyrese. So no, absolutely not. And he has no nickname that you could know of. Like, yo, you're bugging. That's crazy. If Dame Time's not Max, Tyrese Maxey's not Max. Not Max or absolutely not. At first glance, I agree. At first glance, I fully agree. Fully agree. Twos, yes. Threes, I only somewhat disagree, only because he does, as of the way he plays now, he kind of deserves 5. I can see a 4, but he does deserve a 5. Dunks, yes. Handles, max, yes. Passes, yes. Guard, also yes. Steals, I agree. Blocks, rebounds, yes. Speed, legend, yes. That is a fact. Power, okay. Stamina, max, okay. Aura, now let's go by the nickname rule that we have now created. Donovan Mitchell, I don't know of a nickname for Donovan Mitchell. I could be wrong. Somebody may know it, but I've not, to the point of like, is that out there that I would know? No. So it's not Max, but it definitely ain't a 3. Not if Maxey is a 5. So Donovan Mitchell aura should be a 4. Maxey should be 3. Maxey should be 3. Donovan Mitchell should be 4. Dame should be 5. Y'all are bugging. Ja Morant. Let's see. At first glance, this looks pretty fair. Pretty fair. I'll tell you why I disagree, but it's not negatively. Twos, okay. Threes, I actually agree with. 4, I agree with 4. Dunks, he should have a crown. Josh should have a crown for dunks. That's a fact. That's why I disagree. Max, I agree with. He should have legend. He should have legend for dunks. Handles, absolutely. Passes, that you could probably say 4, but okay. Guard, agree. Steals, agree. Everything else from that point on, I agree with. My main thing that I disagree with here, he should have a crown for dunks. He should have a crown for dunks. Tatum. Also, what do y'all think I'm gonna say? Let's talk about this aura. He is not 4, bro. Ja is max or crown for aura. We added a new rule. You got the nickname rule, right? Nickname rule, I think that's a good rule for max or legend aura. But also, sneaker deal. Having a signature sneaker line. Ja Morant has a signature sneaker line that is super hot. Super hot. There's no way he's not max aura, bro. I understand people kind of knocked him down because of everything with the blickies. I get that, bro, but He should be max aura. Max aura should have a crown. Not when you got one of the hottest basketball sneakers out right now. Jason Tatum. I agree. I agree all the way down. I agree all the way down. Twos, yes. Twos, definitely. Threes, yes. Dunks, yes. Not max, but good. Handles, again, not max, but good. You could have leaned 5 for Tatum. His handles are pretty elite. Like, you could have leaned 5. Passes, yes. Guard, max, agree. Steals, yes. Blocks, yes. Rebounds, also. Speed, power, stamina, aura. I actually agree with this aura. I agree with 3. I agree with that aura. Amen Thompson. I'm not gonna hold you. I know nothing about this guy. Not gonna lie. I heard the name before, but I know nothing about this man. I know nothing about this man, but we're gonna go through the stats. But I don't know nothing about this guy. I know nothing about this guy. Twos max, threes, okay, dunks, good. Handles good. Handles is max. Passes 4. Ooh, defense is elite. Elite defense. Guard max, steals max, blocks 4, rebounds 4, max speed, power okay, max stamina, and 3-bar aura. I completely agree with the aura because I don't even know who this person is. But at a quick glance, he has his lockdown zone ability. At a quick glance, that is a very good player card. That is a very good player card. This guy, Amen, has no weakness. No weakness at all. That is a great player card. And Wemby. Let's go through. Twos, max, yes. Threes, you could have leaned 5 for him. I agree 4, but you could have leaned 5. Dunks, yes, okay. Handles, absolutely agree. But for his height, you could have put the handles at 5. You could have put the handles at 5 for the way Wemby dribbles. That's a fact. But 4 is okay. Passes 3, okay. Guard, okay. That you could have probably did like 4. Steals, okay. Blocks, absolutely deserves a crown for blocks. Absolutely. Rebounds, max, absolutely. Speed, power, agree. Stamina, okay. Wemby. He has max aura. He has max aura. We got our 2 rules. Our 2 rules are in stone now. We have our 2 rules. You have nickname, signature shoe. He has both. His signature shoe is coming out, and he has the nickname Wemby. Now, I give you his nickname only came because people could not pronounce. Sorry. His nickname may have only come because people can't properly pronounce his last name. That's a fact. So they just went Wemby because they could not pronounce Wembanyama. But still, everybody knows him as Wemby. That counts as a nickname, and he has a signature shoe coming. That is the 2 rules. He should have max aura. Zion. Okay. 2s max. 3s, I disagree with. 3 should be 3. It should be 3 bars for 3s. Dunks, he deserves a crown for dunks. He deserves a crown for dunks. Handles, that could be 3. Passes could also be 3. Guard, I agree with. Steals, okay. Blocks, steals, you could probably go down to a 3. Blocks, I agree with the 4. And rebounds, I also agree with the 4. Speed, I agree with the 4. Power, he kind of deserves either if you got to give him the crown. Well, it's either power or dunks, and I had to choose one. Dunks would be where his crown would be, but he should have a crown at either power or dunks. One of them should be like elite. Stamina, okay. Aura, yeah, I agree. Actually, he has the nickname. You got Zion. He has the nickname, and he also has his shoe. That rules in stone, ladies and gentlemen. That's Max Aura. That's Max Aura. Let's see. We have Trae Young. At first glance, I almost agree. Almost agree entirely, and I'll tell you when. Twos and threes, agree. Dunks, yes, I agree. Handles and passes, also agree. Agree all the way on all his defense. That's a fact. The defense should be low. Yes. Speed max, yes. Power, yes. Stamina should be maxed. And aura. That's Ice Trae, bro. That's Ice Trae. That's Max Aura. Ice Trae is Max Aura. This man is the man that had the entire Knicks Stadium hating him. That's Max Aura. I don't know if y'all remember that picture of Trae Young in the Garden, standing, looking at the crowd after they won, and you just see him with everyone in the crowd just yelling at him. They was wow. That picture was Aura Maximum right there. Like Ice Trae should be Max Aura. But everything else I agree with. But I just disagree with the aura there. And then now we got like their random characters. They're not random. Let me not say that. That's messed up. Let me not say that. That's messed up. It's their created character. Their created characters. Shen Tong. Y'all could have thought of a better name than that. Not gonna lie. But this is the thing I do hate about when certain games do created characters, or they're like their special characters. They're always terribly balanced. Like terribly, they are absolutely imbalanced. It's bad. So twos and threes. None of the NBA players that we showed had twos under 4, right? But this person has 3. The threes are 3. There hasn't been many players out of the whole NBA roster we went through that had threes from 3 and below. This person only has 3. Shen has 3. That's crazy. Legend dunker. Handles is 4. Okay. Legend passer. So this is what I'm saying. So this is why I disagree with this. I don't, obviously this is a created character. I'm just saying as far as the balance. That your created character is not respecting the rules that you have set based on the NBA roster. So based off of what I've seen here, this would be a character that never gets touched. That never gets touched. Now, I understand you don't want your created characters to like take over the game because you don't want it to be terribly imbalanced to the point that your created characters are completely taking over the game. And I understood like what you're trying to say. Like this guy has the aura and he is an elite dunker and he is an elite passer. So, okay, so based off of what you just said, the player that comes to mind is Braun, right? So then his stats should kind of be similar. Now, if you're going to say he has 3 crowns and you want to lower other things, because now they're absolutely not respecting the rules you set because no one has 3 crowns so far. So like nobody has 3 crowns, but your custom or special character has 3 crowns. But again, even with the 3 crowns, I don't see this character ever being touched. DJ, right? So now DJ, again, your special characters have 3 crowns. 2s and 3s are legend, right? Okay. No dunking, so most likely she's short. Handles, see that doesn't make any sense. This character you're saying has elite shooting ability, but has not good not good dribbling. I don't know. That kind of sounds off to me. Oh, but anywho, I would say if that's the case, it should be a 4. Passes, okay, and then 4 steals, and then the max aura. So I'm like, did you get max aura for all your special characters? El Gigante, basically their version of Stretch, right? This seems to be like the best balanced out of the special characters I've seen so far. This character looks usable. This character looks absolutely usable. Not great, but definitely usable. Because you got 4 bars for 2s, 4 bars for 3s, 4 bars for dunks. So offensively is very balanced. And then defensively is very elite. So you got max guard, legend blocks, legend rebounds. So this, so far out of the special characters I've seen, this is the only one that looks actually usable against the NBA players. I could see El Gigante being used. Spin cycle. This is the guy that was in the demo, that was in the beta. No one used him. No one used him at all. Like I'm telling, it was like you may see him once every like two, 3, maybe 2, 3 tournaments. You might see one person use him. No one was using him. Based on the stats, he's not terrible. He's not terrible. Oh, you know what? I even look at the. Okay, deep threat, dropping dimes, paint patrol, which obviously that makes sense based on what they're trying to say this type of player is. And you got spin cycle with pickpocket zone ability. So I'm like, legend handles, legend steals, legend aura. Well, all of them have legend aura because I'm guessing they're supposed to be like the legends of the game, or in like whatever area that they're saying it is. Like, yo, these are the 4 people that are like known throughout the city that they're in, right? Because basically like NBA Street. But again, this character here, it was unusable. The reason why I say it was unusable, because the way that people are playing the game, or the way that the game has to be played because of threes, you need to be able to play both sides somewhat. And this character can't play both sides at all. Yeah, you got legend steals, but you can't block anybody. So if you can't block, it kind of sucks. Like, you need to be able to either block jump shots straight up or be able to challenge people at the paint. And he can't do either. And then it's like his guard is really low, so he can't really affect people's jump shot like that. And people gonna be fading and stuff right there. Like, yeah, I don't think that character is very usable. And I think that's it. So far, I think the roster was really good. The only things I would say about the roster as far as criticism is I don't understand why Josh Giddey made it. I really don't. I don't think it makes any sense for Josh Giddey to be in the game based on the characters that are not in the game. Because you could have picked a much more viable player and a much more popular player to fit into that roster and somewhat make sense. Because you could have put Clay. Clay would have made sense. You could have put Clay. You could have put Jimmy Butler in there. Jimmy Butler would have made sense. What other player can I think off the top of my head? Cat. You could have put Karl-Anthony Towns in there. Karl-Anthony Towns would have made sense. Like, there's other players that could have easily been plugged in that have the recognition and have some sort of fandom behind them to make sense. I have never met a Josh Giddey fan. Not once. So I'm like, that's one of the criticisms I have with the roster. Second, I don't see these special characters ever being touched outside of El Gigante. El Gigante is the only one that looks actually usable and viable to play against that NBA roster. None of the other ones look like that. So you could maybe tune them or something, but right now, I wouldn't see any reason to use those created character those special characters as opposed to the other characters you have. Not gonna lie. But anywho, it's pretty dope. Dope. Great roster. I actually really like the roster. I think the player cards was really good. There was a couple of criticisms I had, but I think it was really good so far. They might realize I was talking so long. Anywho. But yeah, I think it looks good so far. Looks good so far. All right. So I think it's time to get into a game. I didn't realize I was talking about that so long. Did not realize it at all. So let's switch to okay. I have no online. Let's let's see why that is. Is that because my thing got unplugged? But I didn't realize I was talking so long. I ain't gonna lie. It's gonna make a great YouTube video. That's a fact, because that could easily be chopped up into a great long form video, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. But yeah, there's a couple other stories I did want to talk about. I guess I'll probably discuss them while I'm playing. Um, I got my little notepad here. Um, ooh, ooh, ooh. This other story I do want to talk about, which I will talk about once. I'll talk about as I'm playing. Man, man. You know what? Hold on. Nah, we gotta. I just gotta show you the story first. Let me go to the story first. Hold on. Hold on. We'll get to that game. Hold on. I really want to talk about this. I'm gonna make an actual video about this. But Twitch introducing viewership caps for streamers caught view botting. Twitch introducing a new publishment system for streamers caught view botting. Oh, sorry, publishment bugging. Twitch is introducing a new punishment system for streamers caught view botting, with CEO Dan Clancy saying the platform plans to cap viewership numbers on channels identified as repeatedly inflating their audience with fake viewers. You 2K streamers, big dog. Get your shoes on. Get your shoes on. It's about to be bad out here for a lot of those 2K streamers, because a bunch of those 2K streamers use bots. A bunch of them. A bunch of them. I've seen it. I've absolutely seen it. Because, I'm sorry, no one believes that you have 300 people watching a 2K re-broadcast stream, bro. Nobody. Nobody's believing that. No one is. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm sorry. Nobody's believing that y'all got 300 viewers for a 2K rebroadcast stream with no chat movement at all. You're lying. Y'all are lying, bro. Straight lying. Absolutely lying. Like there's no way. No way that y'all got that y'all supposedly have that many people viewing. It's bad out there. It's bad out there. And I'm like, I know it. I know I probably got I got mad retaliations, right? Or outcasts, yeah. I haven't been doing none of my retaliations at all. But I'm like, yo, the 2K streamers, It's about to be clipped. It's about to be clipped. All right, I'm telling you. Because a bunch of them, straight botting. Straight botting. Because the thing is, a lot of times when it comes to people view botting, the way that people talk or that kind of sense it is also if you're engaged, if you have 100, 200, 300 viewers and there's no chat movement, it's like one message every 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, bro. Nah, bro. If you got 100 consistent eyes on you, they're talking in the chat, bro. They're talking. If you ain't got that, like, there's no way. No way. I'm sorry. I do not believe that. I don't believe that for 1 second. That y'all got that many people in your stream, but no one's talking. Nobody. And mind you, I'm like, you got all these viewers while you're just sitting quietly playing 2K? No. Not with no chat movement. I don't believe that shit for a second. I think there's a lot of 2K streamers that are botting out there. So, basically, if they're caught botting, their viewership is gonna get capped. And I'm pretty sure that 2K went to not 2K, that Twitch probably went to some of their top streamers to ask how they felt about this rule. Because I think further in the story, further in that story, they stated that a lot of the big streamers was pushing for this. Because in their mind, they're like, I don't want fake viewership anyway. And if you actually analyze the stream, you know how much that person truly normally averages. So if you allow them to allow that average number to stay, and then anything over that after they've been at that point, it gets frozen, so be it. But I'm pretty sure they ask like their top streamers like, yo, before we come out with this rule, how do you feel about this? Da 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 da. And so far they said that they wanted something like this, and I agree. I believe them, because it also kind of like dirties Twitch as well when people view bot like that, because you got people that are it's kind of like the steroid era in baseball, where you got people playing naturally, and then it's harder for you to compete simply because you're doing everything the normal and just way. And because you're doing it that way, you kind of feel like you can't compete with the people that you know are cheating. And I think that's the same thing with Twitch. It's like you're sitting there trying to do it the right way, actually do what you can to truly get a viewership following you and get real people actually watching and talking. And then it's harder for people to find your stream when you're doing it naturally because you're not view botting. So your page isn't populating to the top of whatever game you're playing. And the people that are popping up at the top, because it's usually adjusted by views, these people they're not playing fair. So I 100% agree. So I'm like, yo, a lot of you 2K streamers, it's about to be dipped. It's about to be straight clipped. Oh, it's raining. Like it's gonna be bad for the 2K streamers, I promise you. Cause it's just it's dirty. It's dirty. Cause you got people trying to do it legitimately, and then you got these people sitting there view botting, and it's like, yo, bro, that shit is corny. Like it's gonna be bad. So apparently they stated that they're gonna start enforcing it with bigger streamers, and then they'll trickle down to enforcing against smaller streamers. But It's gonna eventually get down there, and it's gonna be real bad for 2K streamers. Like, a lot of them are buying. Let's see. Oh, another thing. So yesterday I was talking about like my idea for changes with Community Day for 2K, right? And my man Sinclair called me and we had like a really good like debate about it. Cause at first he disagreed. And then I like explained like, oh, well, this is why I think this. So basically he was saying like, oh, you can't really open it up to just everybody based on certain factors, because it's like if you have certain things that you don't want to get out because of NDAs, things like that. I was like, okay, that's fair. And then also because of like how he thought that I originally was stating that it should be the regular community instead of content creators. And I was like, no. I was saying that you get regular people in there as well as content creators. I understand why you want content creators to try to promote your game. Absolutely, I get it. These are the top content creators in your game, so it's like you want them to promote your game. That's absolutely understandable. But I'm like, you want that you say it's Community Day, but no, the people from your community are not there. That's not Community Day. That's just like a regular event. Like basically, that's an ad. That's what it's turned into. That is an ad. Because are they outright paying them to come to 2K Community Day? No, they're not outright paying them, but they are basically through steps. They are kind of paying them, because these people that you're getting to come to your 2K Community Day have exclusive content. Since they're at Community Day, they have exclusive content rights, because they can sit there and show footage and all that stuff for the game before the game is out. So nobody else, they're in a space in their own, being able to show content for a game that has not come out and no one else has played at that point outside of them, right? So these people, yes, you're not outright paying them to do it, but because of the exclusivity that they have to that content and the money that they can generate off of that exclusive content they now have, that is kind of like payment. They are going to be able to generate revenue from going to 2K Community Day that no one else will be able to generate, because they don't have that, they can't create that content. And this is why people feel like, all right, it's kind of gotten messy, because you have that Community Day, and it's starting to feel like an ad, and people don't like feeling like they're listening to content creators do an ad, because they don't feel like they're getting very honest feedback about the game. And it makes sense. It absolutely makes sense, because why would we think we're getting genuine feedback when you still are having to try to protect your ability to go back the next time, right? Like, these people that are going to 2K Community Day, they don't expect to only go once. They're looking for this to be a thing. So it is in their best interest to try to play as fair and as nicely as possible to try to keep that relationship so that they can continue to go to community day. So is that person going to give fair and honest criticism and feedback about that game? Not likely. Not likely. Right? Magazine size. This one you think is trash. The other one's like it. So it's like not very likely. Do you think that those people are going to give very honest criticism about the game? Because to the regular person look from the outside looking in, we'd feel like, yo, you gotta protect what you have to protect. And no, I'm not knocking you for it. I'm not blaming you for that. It's understandable that you're doing that. It truly is. Like it's truly understandable because it's like, yo, you wanna continue, you wanna keep that relationship, right? So like, since you want to create that relationship, it makes sense that you're gonna kind of lean towards what you have to do to maintain that relationship with 2K, right? Like no one's knocking you for this. Don't get me misconstrued. That is absolutely not the case. I completely understand why that would be the case. I'm just saying we know it's the case. Like I'm just saying we absolutely know it's the case. System restored. Right? So since we know that is more than likely the case when it comes to Community Day, it is starting to feel like an ad. However, through that conversation I had with Sinclair, it allowed me to do what I normally do, start basically workshopping things as I'm talking. And I have come up with a very fair way that 2K can do this. All right. Now, at first I was like, well, you can just just open it up for people to sign up and stuff like that. You can do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. However, it's like Sinclair brought up a good point. You want, in that type of event, you want people that are actually 2K people, right? That actually want to play, that actually play 2K. You don't truly want people at the community day that aren't truly a part of the 2K community, that just want to be in basically clout chase, where they're just looking for their way to create content. Understand? So it's like what you want those people that are genuinely in the 2K community to be at 2K Community Day. And I have a fix for that. What I have thought of, you have it tied to the premium version of 2K, right? So then I thought about it. I'm like, okay, how would you only get the people that you can truly, that more likely than not are real 2K people? You can still do the sign up, but if you do the sign up by scanning a QR code in the game during early access, because I'm pretty sure early access is going to be a thing for the foreseeable future. That's a fact. It is going to be a thing for the foreseeable future. So if you have something as some form of a sign up to be entered into the raffle to go to 2K Community Day, and you do it through early access, these people are more likely than not 2K people. Why? These motherfuckers played $100 for your game, right? So they paid $100, and they're most likely gonna buy VC. So if that ain't 2K people, I don't know what is. So I'm like, if you do it that way, more likely than not, you will get the people that you actually want to be there, and that you want to be there and actually want to be there. Also, the other reason I said that 2K could do this, one, it shows it allows 2K to do something that they haven't been doing to this point. 2K don't look like it give a damn about their community at this point at all. At all. It looks like they care about their content creators that people feel are on inside of that inner circle. They care about their content creators, but the 2K community does not feel like 2K really cares about them. They feel like 2K kind of just sees them as dollar signs. And now with my idea with Community Day, you are now combating against that. This is something that is purely for the community. 2K doesn't get anything out of this. Outside, I'm like, I guess yeah, you get publicity, but I'm like, does 2K need publicity to sell? No, it doesn't. 2K does not need any publicity to sell their games anymore at this point. People are gonna buy 2K, just like GTA doesn't have to release another goddamn trailer at all. They don't need to release another trailer. They don't need to show no gameplay, and they will sell 1 million copies day one. Right? And that's the way it is with 2K. 2K already has its foothold in gaming in general. So like they don't really need the people to promote their game for the game to sell. They truly don't need that, right? So it's like this is something that 2K can do that's strictly to give back to the community. And I'm like, more than that, this is something that you can do that would easily turn the negative person around. The reason I say that is because it doesn't matter what that person thinks of 2K. They could be super negative about your game, period. And they like, yo, I hate 2K, da 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 da. But if they get that notice, and then if you do it like how y'all are doing it with the content creators, and you're sending them a care package, right? It doesn't matter how you feel about 2K. If you're at home or you're at work and you come home and you see that a box outside of your house says 2K, and you're like, a box from 2K? What? And you open that box and you see that welcome message. We are inviting you to join us at Community Day. You are going to be excited. Follow these steps to book your ticket. We will pay for your ticket. We'll pay for your room and board. Go through these links to properly do those things. No matter how you feel about 2K, you get that. You're slightly turning around on 2K, because it's about, oh snap, like even me, like think of like, because if you're a person that's like that, you feel like, yo, you've been super negative to them, and you're like, damn, even me, I can come. You're gonna be excited. That's a guarantee. You're gonna be excited. Like, you're gonna see, no matter how you feel about the game, no matter how you feel about 2K, you are going to be excited. And you are gonna be happy as hell, because you're gonna sit there and be like, yo, I've constantly been negative about them. And they even send me an invite to Community Day, and they're paying. Oh, it's lit. I'm in there. Like, so it's like, this is something that you can that would easily even turn the most negative people about 2K around. Cause it's like, yo, it shows that 2K is actually trying to reach their community directly, instead of just seeing their community as a dollar sign. And that's the way people feel about 2K right now. Not gonna lie. That's easily the way they feel about them. They feel like 2K is looking at them like a dollar sign. And I can't say that they're wrong. In my heart of hearts, I can't say that a person that thinks that is wrong. I really can't. Not anymore. Not anymore. What's next? But yeah, I think my plan for the community day is like, yo, you do it for you have some sort of a QR code that a person can scan and enter into the raffle, and you do it, and you could do it that way. Because I'm trying to think. Got it. All right. Because I was trying to think, okay, what if somebody just posts that QR code online, right? And then they just like, yo, here's the QR code that 2K sent out. Anybody can get into that raffle. How would you combat that? Already figured it out. It could just be a Discord link. It could just be a Discord link, because a Discord link only works for one account. One account. Once you have that Discord link, and you say like it, and they scan it, they sign into their Discord, and then they're able to get into that channel, and then that would just be the channel for community day raffle, whatever it is. Once they're in that channel, no one else can scan that code to get into that channel. It'll just say that code. You just have it to say for that code is like a one-time use or something like that. Again, I don't know the logistics of how it will work. That's just another way I think it can possibly work, so that it's not something that can be like shared out to the public and then everybody can just come into the community day server. So it's like that's just what I'm thinking. But I just really think they could easily turn some people around on the game, man. Like, and not just turn. It's not even just about the game. 2K has lost its sense of connection with the community, like completely lost it. I'm like, I say even, because I was saying this to Sinclair earlier. I'm like, even Ronnie 2K, maybe he has been doing his job too long, and he may have outgrown it, or has just gotten a little too old for that to be the community liaison for 2K. But he's lost it. He's lost it. Like he seems out of touch when it comes to the 2K community. Like, it just doesn't. And then when he interacts with the 2K, when you see footage of him interacting with the 2K community, it doesn't feel genuine. Like, it doesn't look genuine. Like, it doesn't look very good. It really doesn't. So it's like it might be time to look towards a new community liaison. Because right now I compare Ronnie 2K to Roger Goodell. Like, you're just the face, right? And it's turned in what it's turned into. You're just a person out there for people to have a face to put to the game to yell at. Like, it's him and then Mike Wang, and like people just be like, "Yo, this game sucks. Screw Ronnie 2K and screw Mike Wang." Like, that's just what it feels like it's really turned into. But yeah, I'm gonna try to work on a script for that. But I'm like, I'm gonna definitely make that a video. Like, I think it's something that people would want to hear, people would agree with, and would get some people talking. Like, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, is just get people to talk about it, see what they think. Like, and honestly, from where I am, I personally want 2K. I want 2K to be better. I really do. Like, I truly want 2K to be better as a whole. And that's why I feel like where I differ from like 99, 95, 99% of like of 2K content creators. Like, or just, yeah, in general. Because I'm like, yo, I genuinely want the game to be better. Personally. Like, I want the game to be better, but it's not, I don't want it. A lot of like content creators and stuff like that, when they think of how they want the game to be better, in their mind, it's like, how can it be better for them? Especially comp players. And that's why I usually come at comp players all the time. Because, like, they just focus on how can the game be better for me? Not how can the game be better for the masses or for the people. Like, this is why I preach about the things that I preach about when it comes to 2K. You want people to have fun, bro. Like, that's why I get tired of hearing people talking about skill gap, man. And it was one comment. It was one comment that somebody put on my post that I was like, my man. So what happened was somebody commented on the post I said about the shooting and about skill, like I think skill gap in general. Let me see if I can actually find it because it was recent. Let's see. It was yeah, because it was somebody that commented. Yes. It was a video that I made talking about comp players complaining. And one guy that clicked, I'm like, first of all, son has his 2K player as his avatar. Big dog. If that's not a dweeb, I don't know what is. I don't know what it, if that's not a dweeb, big dog, you a dweeb, okay? You got your 2K player as your avatar. That is dweeb behavior. Anywho, so that person commented on my post saying, yo, we just want a skill gap. And so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro. In my head, that's what I'm saying. But out loud, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to feed into it. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to just let it sit there. I'm not going to engage in that. And then somebody commented under him, go to Pro-Am, kid. Like, and I'm like, yo, that's my man right there, because that's a fact. Like, yo, go to Pro-Am, bro. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, for real. Like, yo, get the hell out of here, bro. Like, nobody want to hear that, son. Like, nobody want to hear that at all. Like, shut up. Like, I'm just so tired of the we want a skill gap argument, bro. There's a skill gap in any game. It doesn't matter what they do. There's a skill gap in any game. A skill gap is automatically going to be created. Why? Because you're going to have some people that want to be better and want to get better in the game. And they're going to do what they feel they have to do to get better. And that's what they're going to do. And then they're gonna figure out different mechanics and different things that the normal person may not even be thinking about or looking at when they're playing that game. And that is what naturally develops a skill gap. Like, you can't create, there's no reason to, not no reason. It's mad dumb to make a game and try to make a game where you building in a skill gap into the basic functions of the game. I'm sorry, bro. That's dumb. That's dumb. And if you think I'm wrong, go ask Bungie. Go ask Bungie. Because that's exactly what Bungie did. Exactly. Like, that's exactly what Bungie did with Marathon. They made that game and baked skill gap into the core of the game. And what happened? People immediately hopped on the game and said, yo, this shit mad difficult, bro. Like, off the rip. They immediately played the game and was like, yo, why does this game feel so this game feels mad difficult just to start. And damn the game. And when that happens, naturally, if you make the game super difficult when you try to bake skill gap into the core mechanic of a game, what happens? People immediately jump on. They're like, yo, this shit is mad difficult. And what's the next thing they do? They turn it off. They turn it off, bro. They're not going to play through this. They're not going to play through it. That's the thing that you don't understand. Like, the thing is, people think that nothing. I don't think game developers understand that the extra difficult type of thing only works in a single player game. It does not work multiplayer ever. Making the core mechanics of the game difficult only works in single player. Why? Because it's a single player game and people can just play the game over and over and over again. If they die at a point, like say like a Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Sekiro, things like that, if you can make a single player game extremely difficult, because people will they can just keep retrying that one thing. But when it's a multiplayer game and the core mechanics are difficult, okay, I start the game. So say like Marathon, for example, you start the game, you die. Now I have to go back to the lobby, set up whatever I gotta set up for my class, and go back in the game. And then die again immediately. Repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's what happened to a lot of people that played Marathon. They started the game, they had all the intentions of having fun with that game, and they're like, yo, this shit mad difficult, bro. Like, just to do regular shit. Why is the AI so damn difficult to fucking kill? Like, y'all made the game with the anticipation of baking a skill gap into it. And that was the absolute wrong thing to do. It really was. Like, that was the wrong thing to do. I'm sorry. You want to make the basic functions of your game simple. The basic functions of your game need to be simple. Pick up and play. And then the complexity comes after that. Like, the complexity comes after people start to play, and then they will find the complexities. That's something that I actually praise about the NBA The Run. NBA The Run, basic mechanics, simple. Shoot, defense, dunking, doing tricks, getting steals, all that stuff is simple. Simple mechanics. And then you can find the complexities beneath that. And that is where a skill gap comes in. It's when you find the complexities under the basic functions in the game. Like, that's when you find that skill gap. Like, you can't bake it into the game and be like, yo, it needs to be difficult from the beginning. No one's getting past the beginning then. Not no multiplayer game, bro. When they could just turn it the hell off. Like, yo, not in no multiplayer game, bro. A single player game, yes. Like, is people that are active, like, if people that like really play single player games, they have a different mindset than the people that consistently and actively play multiplayer games. The person that consistently plays a single player game, that person is okay with delayed gratification. Cause you're gonna go through the progression of that game for a consistent period of time without progressing. But you know that without that gratification of progressing, and then eventually you're gonna get rewarded. And the person that consistently plays the single player game, they're okay with the delayed gratification. Then they're used to it. They are 100% used to having delayed gratification in a single player game. Because sometimes you'll play that single player game and you'll get to a point where you get stuck and you'll die 10, 15, 20 times. I posted that about asking if 2K was fun anymore. I was playing Ghost of Yotei. And Ghost of Yotei, there's a hidden boss, Takehizo the Unrivaled. If you've played Ghost of Yotei, you know that hidden boss was more difficult than all of the bosses in the game. And it wasn't close. Takehizo the Unrivaled was the hardest boss in that game by far. And I died to that boss 33 times straight. 33 times straight. And it's not like, oh, it's because I'm bad. No. Trust me, I'm not. I am elite at video games in general. I'm really good at figuring out mechanics. I'm really good at breaking things down. So, like, I steamrolled through that game at whatever the hard difficulty was on it. But when I got to Takehizo the Unrivaled, boy, I died over and over and over again until I eventually beat that goddamn boss. Right? But that's the thing, is like when you are accustomed to playing single player games, you're okay with delayed gratification. People that play multiplayer games are usually not okay with delayed gratification. They're looking for immediate gratification. Immediate. And if that game is not giving them immediate gratification, they are going to just turn it off. Period. They're going to just turn off the game. I ain't gonna hold you. I lit that lady's back the fuck up. So she completely stepped in front of my shots. I lit her back the fuck up. Yo. But yeah, like, the person that only plays multiplayer games, they're looking for immediate gratification of some sort. Of some sort. Like, whether it be they're playing a single player game that's a shooting game and they're looking to be able to get kills quickly, or the person playing a sports game and they're looking to either score or do things on offense quickly. Like, that is the case. Like, they're looking for immediate gratification. Oh yeah, I hate staying hamburgers. Yeah. Cause you're not fully covered. But yeah, they're looking for immediate gratification, and the person that plays the single player consistently, they understand there's gonna be delayed gratification. They understand that, and a lot of them actually enjoy it that way. because you feel like you've accomplished something when you get it. But the people that only play multiplayer games, nah, those are not the people that are okay with delayed gratification. Absolutely not. They need something to give them that gratification immediately. So you need the mechanics of a game to be the multiplayer game. The base mechanics need to be simple, and they need to be able to feel like they're accomplishing something fast. And that's been my belief when it comes to 2K. The gratification in 2K is scoring. That is the gratification. Like being able to score, that is the gratification. So being able to sit and make a jump shot, that is the thing. That is the gratification, and it needs to be something that is accomplished easily. Now, we can balance the defense and say, all right, if you're wide open in that corner, that should be an easy ass shot to make. That's not a skill gap. That's you allowing that person to punish that other defender for not playing good defense. Because 2K, we can talk about 2K25. Because what happened in 2K25? They made shooting based off of RNG, which then made it feel like shooting was mad difficult, right? And what happened? If you don't remember, I will tell you. What happened in 2K25, people knew you was going to miss. So when they knew you was going to miss to the point, they wouldn't defend you because they knew you was going to miss. Once you made 2-3 shots in a row, they wouldn't even defend you. They knew a miss was coming because the game adversely affected you the more you made shots. So the more you made shots, the harder it was to make it again, which makes no sense. But that's the way that they tuned the game. So people understood you made 3 shots in a row, that 4th shot ain't going in. No matter what you do, you gonna miss. And they would literally you would watch it happen on the ones courts all the time. They're like, yo, this person made 2-3 shots in a row. You got to try to dunk now. Because if you try another jump shot, you're going to miss. And that's what happened. Damn, I locked that much already? Question is, do I want to pay for this? I don't think so. Only reason I don't think I'm gonna buy this event pass. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Only reason I'm not buying this event pass because I'm gonna buy the season 2 pass. I mean the next season, yeah, the season 2 pass. I'm not buying that event pass. Not for that stuff. But yeah, it's like, yo, so in 2K25, they made shooting extremely difficult, and it was based off of RNG. So it was double negative. Like, it was annoying with shooting. To the point that you sitting there questioning if you did something wrong. Like there's no way I should be missing these shots still. So, like, that's the thing. It's like, yo, they did it in 2K25, and what happened? Y'all all said this is the worst 2K we have ever played. Everyone said this. That was unanimous across the whole community. 2K25 was the worst 2K. Unanimously over the last like 4 or 5 years. And it wasn't close. So this is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you can do it that way, but it's not going to be successful. It's not going to be successful. People want to be able to come in and they want to, they need to. People that play a multiplayer, they need to come in and they need to have that immediate gratification. If they're coming into that game and they're immediately brick, they're not gonna have a good time and they're just gonna bounce. Like, they're just gonna bounce. Now, they've already purchased the game, so like they don't want to just stop playing a game that they paid money for. But are they gonna continue to play right then and there? They're eventually gonna cut that shit off. That's a whole fact. They're gonna cut that shit right the fuck off. Like, that's why it's like, yo, people keep saying like, yo, we want a skill gap. Like, yo, shut the hell up, bro. Shut the hell up. Miss me with that whole skill gap argument, bro. Miss me with that skill gap argument. There's gonna be a skill gap regardless. There's always a skill gap in any video game. It doesn't matter how simple it is. There's a skill gap in any video game. Who thought there would be a skill gap in what is the name of that game? Damn. Where's the little characters running in through the different obstacle courses? Damn, what's the name of that game? Crazy thing, it's right there, but it's like, for some reason I was thinking Angry Birds, and I'm like, yo, why the hell is Angry Birds in my head? That is clearly not it. Damn, what is the name of that game? I can't remember it. When I tell you I'm having a complete brain fart, I'm tight because I was in the middle of a thought. I was right there, and then the game. I can't think of that goddamn game. Shit. It's the game with the little characters that run along the little obstacle courses to the finish line, and it's basically a battle royale. Oh my god. Yo. Yo, I'm now this is on my head, bro. This is on my head. I have to figure this out. Like, yo, I cannot think of the game. Damn. Damn, what is the name of the game? I don't know why the hell Angry Birds keeps popping up in my head. Because clearly, it's not goddamn Angry Birds. It's clearly not Angry Birds, and I'll know it when I see it. Damn, what is the name of that game?
This city is a dangerous place. Don't walk the streets unarmed. Take care out there and look out for each other.
Yeah, I am sick. Cause it's like, yo, I know what I'm talking about, but I can't think of it. Obstacle course. Fall Guys. Fall Guys. I'm like, yo, I could not think of the name of that shit. Fall Guys. So back to my thoughts. Who would think there was a skill gap in a game like Fall Guys? Because there damn sure is.
Detected. Nearby location.
There's damn sure a skill gap in Fall Guys when you watch certain people play the maps and those obstacle courses, and the way they do their jumps and they time their dives, their air dives and things like that. Bro, there's clearly a skill gap in a game like Fall Guys. So you can't sit there and tell me that like you have to bake a skill gap into the game. The game has like 2 buttons. It's the direction, it's jump, and it's grab. That is it. That is it. It has no other functions in that game. And that game has a skill gap. So I'm like, yo, you can't sit here and tell me that you need to bake a skill gap into a game. No. No matter how simple the mechanics are, a skill gap is naturally going to emerge from people playing the game naturally.
I hear you.
Like, they're going to find a skill gap because they're going to find different ways to do things that only people that play the game and understand fully understand the mechanics are going to be able to do.
I am just a woman. A daddy's girl who wanted
Like, that's just a fact.
I grew up wealthy.
So it's like, yo,
Characterized as a happy one.
like you just truly do not need to try to create a game with the thought of creating a skill gap,
Halted.
helping affect your decisions. I'm sorry, it's just not it's not smart game design. It just isn't. The skill gap, if you make good mechanics, a skill gap will always emerge on its own. Cause like I keep coming back to the run. I played the beta test on the run, and in the beginning, the game looked one way. When I first started, the game looked one way, and you see the people on the other side that are also just starting out and just started playing, and they're playing a certain way. And then as time progressed, and I started to understand mechanics, and the people that I started playing with and against also started understanding mechanics, the game started to look different. People started understanding how to play defense better. People started understanding how to play offense better. When to do their dribbles, when to go for blocks, when to go for steals. And the game naturally started to look different through people understanding the mechanics more. And that is what you want for a skill gap. A skill gap to naturally develop genuinely based off of people enjoying the game. That is when a skill gap is developed. When people naturally enjoy playing the game, they'll find things out about it, and they'll do research and they'll test things, and they'll be like, well, I usually do it this way, but if I kind of do it this way, maybe I can tweak this, and I can do something that maybe you're not supposed to, but because I'm doing it this way, like, yo, that's what develops a skill gap. Like, I'm like, yo, take a pointer from Marathon, man. Take a pointer from Marathon, because they did it. Trust me, they did it. Because that game had a huge skill gap built into the core of the game. And what happened? That game failed miserably. Miserably. And I hear like some people saying like, oh, well, it failed because people was being negative about the game off the jump. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. That people were being negative about it, but that was also because of these dweebs that were locked in on Destiny that were super upset because the company said, yeah, we kind of want to work on something different. like, and they're like sitting there like, how dare you? How dare you work on another game? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, how dare you work on another game, bro? You should be working on Destiny 2 forever. They're like, we had a good run with Destiny 2. It's been consistently running for like 10 years, bro. Like, for 8 to 10 years, like, it's been consistently active and running, bro. Like can we do something different, please? So they tried something different. And before the game came out, the Destiny fans was already like starting a negative campaign about the game just because they were upset that the developers wanted to do something different. Which is absolutely gross, by the way. Like, that is absolutely gross. Like, they have every right to try to make something different. Oh, I hate when it's here, because I never understood how to get in this shit. Alright. Am I in here? Oh, there we go. Like, yo, they have every right to be like, yo, I want to try making a different game. Especially when they supported that game for as long as they did. Like, they supported Destiny 2 for years. With consistent updates and consistent content. You don't think they've earned the right to be like, yeah, we wanna pivot. Like, we've been good to Destiny for a very long time. We've consistently updated the content. We've consistently given people new content. We've done balancing and all these things for years. Like, we're ready to move on. We're ready to work on something different. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna suspend Destiny 2, and we're gonna start moving on to the new game that we're working on. And those Destiny 2 fans was pissed, and it's not fair. Like, they have every right to do that. They've honestly earned it. Cause let me see. Let's see. Destiny 2 release date. 2019. That game came out October 1st, 2019. Y'all have had a solid 6+ years with this game. Come on now. Come on. We gotta be better, bro. Like, we gotta be better than this. Like, that shit is corny. It's corny. Like, they did not deserve to be treated that way. And they didn't deserve y'all just absolutely tanking their game for no reason other than hate. Like, that shit is unfair. Cause Marathon could have been different if the Destiny 2 dweebs weren't acting that way, but it also did not help that game was very difficult. Very difficult. I'm like, I watched people stream that game, and I watched Ninja get super frustrated. And I understand it, like, people hate Ninja and all this other stuff. Like, oh, you just need to get better. Bro, this dude is an elite gamer, bro. This dude has played games at an elite level. And you think that this person can't figure out this one specific game? No. If he's saying, yo, the AIs are unreasonably difficult, and then y'all cook Ninja for this, just for other people to say the same thing. When it came to that game, other people had the same complaint, and that was exactly why they stopped playing it. They said, yo, the AI in this game is unreasonably difficult. Like, yo, unreasonable. Like, niggas understand a challenge, but big dog. Big dog. Like, yo. Like, no, like there's people are okay with having to work for things at times, but it's like, bro, a multiplayer game, I'm sorry, bro. People are looking to get in, be able to have a good time, and get the fuck out.
We are getting
The
back on
fuck
track,
out.
and the shipping lanes are
Like, yo, you got people sitting there struggling. Like, people should not have to struggle to enjoy your game. Like, I don't understand why, like, that. I don't know why that's something that needs to be said, but it feels like it needs to be said. Like, people should not have to work to enjoy your game. I'm telling you, that is why Marathon got cooked. Destiny, I get it. Like, yeah, the Destiny dweebs did their part too. But
Agent detected.
oh shit, where are they?
Hostile broadcast picked up. Manual override required.
Wait, they just said rogue agent. Where the hell are they? I heard the music and everything.
real talk with you then. Oh, I like that. That's way better than a mouth out the south. Well, time for real talk.
Yeah, I heard the music and everything. Like the rogue agents was right here. Wait, are they getting caught for in the fight? For in? They fight another another group of AIs. Is that what's happening here? Oh nah, that was weird. Yo, they just said the rogue agents was here, literally. I'm like, oh shit, it's time to prepare for war. Like, yo, those rogue agents be annoying sometimes. That was a glitch.
That was a tough one.
But yeah, it's like, yo, people should not have to work to enjoy your game, bro. Like, they should be able to enjoying your game and having a good time with your game should be easy to accomplish. No one wants to work to enjoy the game, bro. I'm like, with single player games, they have the leeway of the mindset of the people that play single player games. Like, because I am that person. So it's like, I'm okay with a game being difficult as a single player game. Like, because it's just a different experience rather than a multiplayer game. And it's like, yo, you play, you die, or you're in 2K, you play and you're missing shots over and over again. That is not enjoyable. It's not enjoyable. Nobody wants to play that, bro. I don't care what anyone says. And it's like, the main reason I say I don't care what anyone says, because none of y'all played. Y'all all hated 2K25. Y'all all hated it. I was there. I was there. I was right there. Y'all all hated it. Like, yo, y'all all hated that game, bro. And now y'all want to sit here and act like, yeah, nah, so we want the game to be difficult because we want to, no, y'all don't. Y'all don't. Like, that's what I was telling, I had the conversation with Scotty yesterday. He's like, yo, I think I don't think everybody should be able to shoot. It's not about everybody being able to shoot. The problem is that it's not that tempo, because he wants tempo shooting out the game, and I do too. And my thing is, it's not because everybody can shoot. It's because tempo was not properly tuned in this game. So what happens is, the reason why I say tempo wasn't properly tuned, I don't think, clearly I don't have any proof of this. I don't think 2K developed the game with the anticipation of tempo not respecting time. And then as it got later into development, they switched that and was like, oh, okay, it kind of does make sense. It's like the timing person, they only have to worry about one thing. So technically, the tempo person should only have to worry about one thing as well. And I think they came to that decision later in the game, and they did not tune the game properly to respect that. Because when you shoot with timing, even when it says open as opposed to wide open, that shot is still affected. That shot is still affected by challenger, by their defensive stats, things like that, and it makes the timing more difficult. That it does not affect your tempo shooting. So people feel like, yo, they're not playing defense. And you can't say that they're wrong. They're watching these motherfuckers make these shots dead in their face. So if they're consistently watching these people make shots directly in their face, they're going to feel like they can't play defense, bro. Like, and you can't sit there and say that they're wrong. Like, in no way could you say that, because it's not true.
So, best reason to move to the castle is the
What is this red thing,
although
bro?
Mari's fish tacos are amazing.
But, oh yeah, and they said with the next season of The Division, again, yo, this is what I be talking about. Let me see if I can find the story. Let's see. Hold on. It says Into the Dark. This was this one, right? Read more. All right. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about before I get out of here. All right. So, a reason I want to highlight this is for this one thing. So, I want to talk about just this right here. PvE Dark Zone, right? The main reason that I want to talk about PvE Dark Zone is because I said it before. All of you people that are upset with Arc Raiders and felt betrayed by the developers and things like that, and are looking for something else to play, this game is right here. And it's been here this whole time, right? So, the reason I highlight this is something that people complain about in Arc Raiders. Sometimes they just want to fight against the AIs. They just want to go in, loot, shoot some AIs, beat some bosses, and get out of there with some good loot. They don't feel like worrying about this person camping the extraction point, this team just hunting players and not even giving a damn about the AIs. They don't want to have to worry about that. But you can't. They no matter what, anytime you go into those lobbies, into a game, into a drop, you gotta worry about those things. Here you have the Division. Division already went through that, and people had that same complaints already. And they have now fixed it. PvE Dark Zone. The PvE Dark Zone is a Year 8 Season 2 specific feature, directly connected to the cleaning up of the Streets Global modifier. This version of the Dark Zone is designed for those who want to experience the space without the same PvP pressure. Rogue Protocol is completely deactivated, and damage between players is disabled. So, you can still hop into that lobby with regular players. However, the players cannot hurt each other. You can only go against the AIs, right? Agents are deployed into a highly contaminated environment not to fight each other, but to work together as a unified front. This is exactly something that people have been asking for in Arc Raiders. Literally, they've been begging for it. And here you have the Division, a game that came out like 8-9 years ago. Was like, you know what? That is a valid point. Took us a long time to get here, but that is a valid thing that people have been asking for. Normalization is active, while SHD Watch and Expertise Progression fully remain functional to help you deal with the threats inside. It is still a shared area up to 12 agents that is meant to feel tense and unpredictable. This time, the tension comes from the environment and the enemies, including hyenas under effect of potent spice, which makes them even stronger and more lethal. So, the main reason I want to highlight this is because this is something that people that play Arc Raiders have been begging for. Begging for. And here you have the Division 2 that has all those things that y'all complain about with the division with the Arc Raiders. They have already solved it. They have already solved it. Like this, that was the main reason I want to highlight this. They have already fixed this issue. And they've already gave you something to allow you to say, yo, I want to experience these areas, but I don't feel like having to worry about other players. I'd rather just worry about the AIs, and I would love if the regular players that you interact with could just jump in and help you if they want. Like this is what they did. Now, excuse me. Now they're saying here it is a season 2 specific feature. I'm pretty sure that they're saying this because they want to have an out based on the feedback. So if they say, yo, this is a season 2 feature, that means it's a chance we may remove it, we may bring it back. The reason that you want to say it's specific to the season and not say, yo, this is a permanent change, because people react differently when you're forcing change on them rather than saying, hey, this is something we're introducing this season. It's just specific to the season. We'll listen to feedback and see if there's something that y'all want to keep. People are more ready. They'll be more willing to give you good feedback and say, hey, that this is okay. We might like this, rather than you forcing, yo, nah, this is just the way it is from this point on. People react differently to that. And it may come across a lot differently, but when they say it's just specific to the season, people will receive it differently and they'll interact with it differently. But I do feel this is probably going to be something that stays. I honestly do. And I hope it does, because I can't wait for this, because I know I'm definitely playing this, because I'm a person that plays solo 99% of the time. The only time I really jump into a squad is usually when I'm answering a call for people that need help. But other than that, I'm playing by myself. I barely have any friends on Xbox. I don't have any friends on Xbox. I'm playing solo dolo to just relax myself and chill out. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is something I can easily get into, hop online, hop into the PvE Dark Zone, do my missions, try to get my loot. Other people can interact and help if they want. Just make sure y'all just got to make sure y'all have proximity chat on so that you can interact with those people. And yo, that shit is fire, bro. That shit is fire. And it's something that is a instant W. If you want, because the way that the Dark Zone is in the game now, there's 3 Dark Zone lobbies in the game at any time. So they're saying that they stated that PvE lobby will rotate between the 3. So if you want that regular Dark Zone experience, you have the other 2 lobbies that are already there. They're all available. And then you have that one lobby in that one Dark Zone that is PvE. So like, again, they a lot of these complaints y'all had, yo, they already solved, bruh. They already solved. This is the perfect time to get in there. Perfect time to get in there, Brody. I'm telling you. Like, yo, this is the perfect time to get in there. Like, just to show y'all, like, yo, big dog, it's not expensive. Like, yo, join the fight, bruh. We got crossplay coming later on this year. Big dog, it's always on sale. Game been out for forever. Like, because you could get the Ultimate Edition for $28, and I think it comes, or is it the Gold Edition? I think it's the Gold Edition that comes with, I think the Gold Edition comes with Brooklyn DLC and NYC. Yeah. So you just need the Gold Edition, because the Gold Edition comes with Division 2, comes with Battle for Brooklyn, and comes with Warlords of New York. This is 3 completely separate pieces of content in the game, right? Like this is completely different content in the game. It's $18. Like, yo, it's right there. Like, it's like, I'm not being sponsored, bro. Like, trust me. I have nobody watching, big dog. I am not being sponsored. I'm only saying this because I genuinely love this game. And I hear the people complaining about Arc Raiders. And it's right here, Brody. They've solved all of the complaints that you have. And it's only $18. And they still got content coming out. And the stuff that I just talked about for PvE Dark Zone, I think that launches next week with season 2. And they got even more content coming in with season 2 with the new events. And we got the new Central Park coming. Another piece of content area. Another piece of content, whole new area. Central Park is also coming soon. Come on, bro. And then apparently they just released a whole gang of pages of balancing for PvP, bro. Like, please, I can't state this enough, bro. If you're tired of Arc Raiders, but you love what you do, you love what you're playing, you like the PvE, PvP aspect, you like your looter shooters, things like that, but you don't like your loot getting wiped at the end of the season and picking up loot that you have gear that has a role that you don't want, but you can't change it. It's right here, big dog. It's right here. OD. But it's getting late. I'm gonna get out of here. It's been fun. I think I talked about a lot. I've talked way more than I played. I've talked way more than I played. This is a just chatting stream, apparently. Like, I talked way more than I played today. It was just some stuff I wanted to talk about. And I didn't anticipate on me going through the roster of the run to take as long as it did. But I think it came out to good content, and it did take a long time. So I'll definitely get that chopped up and look into that later. But I think it was pretty fun. I talked about some good things today. I'll make sure to get the VODs edited and put the VODs up for people to still look at and interact with after the fact. Had a couple of conversations that I would love to get people's takes on. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all have a good night. Peace.